Hi mates, I'm here to do the unboxing for December's stationery selection box. So first thing notice, you might see this piece of paper. This is actually the replacement paper from the old July box. There was a misprint in that one. So this is the replacement that I received from Cute Things from Japan and from Paper Plats. So for those of you that have this paper, that's what it is for. It's the replacement for that July box. So let's get into the unboxing. As always, there is an introduction paper with the items listed there, and so I will go down this list here. The first thing is this Kokuhodo notebook, and it is a notebook for those that like black. It says Kurosuki-san no tame no noto, so the people that like black. I originally saw this at a stationery exhibition or a stationery event in the summer of this year, and I thought it was so neat, and I will show you why. I'll show you the opened version of it. So this is what it looks like. This sleeve is this shiny black material, and then this part, the actual cover, is this matte black. It feels very, very interesting. It's a different feeling. It's very nice. And I was very intrigued because when you look at the notebook, it looks like the paper is all black, but when you open it up, it's actually not. It's dot grid, and they have red and I think teal and several other colors. And the dots correspond to the color of the notebook. So in this case, because it is black, the dots are also black as well. It also comes with a black bookmark too. And this company's been this company has been around for I think about 100 years, and they've been in the bookbinding business. And I actually haven't heard of them until I saw them at the exhibition, and I thought it was really neat, and I wanted to include this in a stationery box. So there's the first item. The next item is called the Tomei Hanko, which is right here, and it's called the clear stamps is what it is in Japanese. And I've used my set, as you can see, but I have to thank Sakura Lala. A huge shout out to Sakura Lala for this collaboration, or if it weren't for her, I wouldn't be able to do this. So I've written down here, I don't know if you can see, but it's actually manufactured by Sakura Lala. Let me take the packaging off so that you can see. So I was the one that created the designs, but the manufacturer is done by Sakura Lala. And on the back here of this part, on the back side, you can see the different uses or the different ways of using the clear stamps. And I hope to share that with you at the end of the video. And I'll share with you how I came with this design. I think it's interesting to I always like to listen to the stories behind how products are made, and it's not just like a mass-produced thing, and I really put some thought into it. So thank you so much to Sakura and their team for this opportunity. I've also included an acrylic block from them so that it's the perfect size for the calendars and the little bits. I didn't want to include like a big acrylic block because I felt that, if you wanted something small like this, it's easier to stamp instead of having a big, huge block. So this one is in the 1.25 and 2-inch size acrylic block. Next one here is the Versa Magic chalk ink in the color Midnight Black. I first started using chalk ink when I was journaling in my Filofax. I don't know about the Filofax paper now, but back in the day, many years ago, the Filofax paper was very thin and it always bled through. But I was introduced to chalk ink, and because chalk ink kind of sits on the top layer, it doesn't really bleed through. So I decided to go with this, just because I'm not sure. This is meant for scheduling and using it in your schedules and planners. and maybe some people might have different types of paper and different types of planner paper, and I thought it would be nice to go with a chalk ink because I'm not too sure what the planner paper type is. I guess just to play it on the safe side, I went with that one. Next on the list is the Uniball Signo in the retractable style, and I of course I wanted to go with black or blue black or something very safe, but yeah, we went with the violet instead, and I went with the very fine tip of 0.28. I really like to plan in 0.28 or 0.38. I went with the fine tip so that you can use it with the stencil that's included in this month's box as well. Next on the list is this beautiful postcard, and this was created and drawn and designed by my very sweet friend Life at 30 something on Instagram. I regret not writing that on the back of the postcard, but you can use it to send out. I've already sent out many of these postcards. So this postcard says, "Akemashite omedetou gozaimasu." If you look very carefully, you can see the different hiragana characters. Akemashite omedetou gozaimasu. So there's that with the beautiful Fujisan and the sun. I think it is really, really pretty. I hope to be able to showcase more of her work. I think she's extremely talented and she's very humble, but if you have the chance, please do give her a shout out or message her and let her know how much you love this postcard. I've already shipped out a whole bunch, like I said, but there's the postcard for the new year. Sorry, I don't know if I mentioned, it means Happy New Year. And here is a Sobe Omamori paperclip, and it says Katsu, which means win. And it's very faintly written there in English. And this is another company I've never heard before. I found out at another exhibition that I attended, and I thought it was really neat to have, I don't know, I know people use clips and things in their planners and journals, so I thought it would be nice to start the new year with a very positive word to win, and so I thought it would be nice to include this. It's also made in Japan. And on the back side you'll see that it holds 5 to 6 sheets, and it is made from paper, so it is very eco-friendly, and it actually says water-resistant material, which I didn't realize, but yeah, I just thought it was very neat. They have different designs and things, but everybody received this one here that says win. Forgot to mention, so this box also came with a stencil. In Japanese they say template, but I thought it would be, I guess, kind of on the theme of bullet journaling or planning in your journals for the new year. You can definitely use the stencil for like check boxes and things like that. I know for sure that Connie, she's one of the design team members, she has a video up as well as a blog post, so I will post the link down below where you can check that out. Before I move on to how I came about the stamp creation and things like that, I thought I would mention the December box will be restocked. There's a very limited restock, but it will be restocked on Friday the 20th, December the 20th, along with the August box as well, the restock for this one. A lot of people have been asking me, emailing me about the box that included the pouch from the Superior Labor and the custom coloring and everything like that. So this one I really wanted to restock last week, but there was a problem with the boxes. They sent the wrong ones and then we had to ship them back and back and forth. Anyways, so this one will be restocked on Friday as well as the December box. I will leave the information in the description down below. So I thought I would share with you the background behind this stamp creation. All this watercolor that you see on the back here is actually from Peppercorn Arts, and she's one of our design team members, Connie. And it is from the page here I actually did, as you can see right there. I added some watercolor here and here, and that's why you can kind of see the grid line as well here, and even the little like dashes as border. I think maybe maybe it's flipped upside down. It looks something like that. So that's what it looks like. And this is actually a beautiful like copper color. I think I did it on the other paper because I wanted it with the with the white background, so that it came out more clear. And so yeah, that's where this, I guess, coloring comes from. And so with this packaging, I wanted the meaning of the items to kind of show through, and because I've played around with it, some of the stamps have shifted a little bit. But for example, there the lotus flowers, the bamboo is there. Ichionoha, which is like a ginkgo leaf. Then here, this is just an example that you can use it to write. This says spring, summer, fall, winter. Haru, natsu, aki, fuyu. There. And the lotus leaf. And so I wanted that to kind of show through, and so that's why I did that. And I know it's a little kind of, the stamp might be a little shifted, but that's what it looks like. And that's the example of how to use, or how you can use these stamps. I have an example here that I've kind of played around with. Sorry, I was doing a pen test with the paper just to make sure that it is okay for the stationery box. And of course, some of these kind of bleed through. The VersaFine bled through, as well as, I guess if you push a little harder it would have bled through, but there's definitely some shadowing there, as well as the permanent marker, the Tombow permanent marker that I have. I use this permanent marker to write down the name for my kindergarten, my daycare stuff for the kids. So of course that one is very, very strong. It's not bleeding, well, maybe these little parts here kind of bled through just a tad, but everything else is totally fine. So I did the test before deciding to go with this notebook. But back to the original topic. So I was just kind of testing things out, testing to see different types of ink pads, and I tested out the Versa Magic chalk ink in the Jumbo Java, the Artnik in the Pine Cone, and the VersaFine in the Smoky Gray. But I think with the chalk ink and the clear stamps, you have to be careful not to push too hard, or I don't know if you can see, like it kind of blobs. Because the clear stamps are very, I don't know what the word is, they're very flexible, and so you have to make sure you don't push too hard, or it kind of blobs the numbers because they're kind of tiny. So it looks like that. You can use the circle ones here, these ones here, to highlight certain days, and of course the highlight certain weeks. I can show you an example right now, actually. Let me grab this one right here. And I've also included the days of the week as well, so that some people have like a Monday start, and then some people do like a Sunday start, so it really depends on the person. But let's put that there. I don't think I've opened this one yet, but this is in the Midnight Black. And I think it's not open yet. The sticker is still tough. Maybe the ink is too much, but we'll try and see. I still want to show you in real life what it looks like. Oh, it's perfect. I really didn't push down that hard. So you can see there. Let me do another one so that you can see it's nice and dark. Even though the label might not seem like it, like the Versa Magic label, it seems kind of like a gray. That's the second generation stamping. So if you don't like this really dark black color, you can definitely do some second generation stamping, and the numbers are still very, very clear that you can see that. And Let me show you. I really like the bamboo. Like, all of these are my drawings, so they're of course not perfect, but I just thought it's a nice touch to be able to include these kinds of things. I personally really enjoy these stamps where the person actually hand draws everything, and so yeah, I made the extra effort to make sure that these are actually my drawings. So let's stamp out. Show you as a schedule, like if you want to highlight a certain day. You can use different colors like that, and let me take this one here. Is the, what is this called, the key lime. You can see that you can use different colors to highlight certain days, or you can use second generation stamping and stamp over the actual day. You can see there, you can highlight the 28th, or you can just use it as is, but you probably won't be able to see, but you can just use it as is to decorate your page, like your hobonichi, which I think would be so fun. So fun to do. Yeah, so that's that. I thought I would explain these two. This long one is for this week here, but this short one is for the, you know, once a week items. So like, let's say once a week you have a piano lesson that you need to attend to, then you can use the shorter bar for that. So I will show you an example of that, because I've shown you the example on here of the long bar, but I'll take the short one and show you the example there. And because the ink is so dark, I will do some second generation stamping to show you what you can do. I'm just going to stamp off on this paper here. It's just a mail notice thing. So I've stamped off the initial ink from there onto there, and then I'm going to, let's say every Friday or something. Can do that. And because this is clear, you know exactly where you're stamping, which is very handy. So it looks like that. It's kind of dark, eh? Maybe third generation is needed for the darker ones. Let's try that again. So that would be second generation. There should still be ink left there. Let's try it on the black. That's a lot easier to see. So there's that. I think if you're going to do the highlighting in the black ink, because the black ink is so dark, and if you're going to do like the lighter type, that will definitely cover up the numbers. I mean, if that's okay with you, that's okay, but you can definitely do the third generation stamping over the dark black ink, and it looks like that. I really wanted a calendar that people can make on their own, because everybody uses different types of paper or different types of planners or notebooks, different sizes, and I felt that this size is not too big, but it's not too small. It's very clean. I just wanted a clean looking calendar that you could easily customize for yourself. And I also wanted to include some of my illustrations. I'm not an illustrator at all, but I thought it would be kind of fun to show different types of designs and things. And yeah, you should see the original design. I had a whole bunch of stuff stuffed in there, and there's a lot of restrictions in terms of spacing and things like that. So there were several things that I had to cut out, but this was a huge learning experience for me, and I have to thank Eri from Sakura Lala. She was such a huge help, and I wouldn't have been able to do this without her. So definitely check her out as well. She has a lot of cute stamps available too, and I've actually purchased the New Year's one so that I can make some New Year's cards. Anyways, that's enough rambling for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, if you want to purchase the stuff from December's box, there is a limited restock that will be released on Friday, December the 20th. as well as the restock of the August box. The only difference with the August box is the stickers. They don't have the stickers originally included in the August box, so I had to switch that up, and it's a little bit more pricey, but yeah, that will be available on the website www.thestationaryselection.com, and of course Instagram at thestationaryselection.com. If you have any questions, as always, please feel free to email instead of DM. Email is the best way to get a hold of me, and I think I've had you on here long enough, so I will leave it at that. Thank you so much for a wonderful 2019. I'm very excited for 2020. I have an extra set of hands and some extra help now that I'm just very excited. There's a lot more things coming soon in the next several months, and yes, so I'm very excited for that. Thank you once again so much, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.